Welcome to our latest installment of Conversations with the Superintendent. Today I'm joined by Superintendent Dr. Donna Hargens. And Dr. Hargens, we were going to talk a little bit today about the Kentucky Department of Education Management Review that came out a few days ago. Can you talk a little bit about your first impressions after you received that and what that means for the district?
Well, actually, we got a letter on February 14th that based on the management review that happened last August, that the Kentucky Department of Education would come in and do a management audit. So that is something that per statute they can do, and certainly we are delighted to have them come. We're delighted to be able to show the work that we've done and to address any issue.
As you mentioned, the review was done in August, and when you had the press conference talking with reporters about this, you mentioned that you were looking forward to having KDE back in the district because many of the things that were mentioned had been addressed already. Can you talk about the steps that the district has taken that weren't really addressed in the audit or in that letter?
Absolutely. And actually, March 3rd, we discovered that we were reporting seclusions and restraints in an internal database, that internal database wasn't talking to Infinite Campus. So we immediately let the commissioner know that we would have to begin working to transfer that data. So that really triggered the management review, which happened on August 29th. But lots of work immediately went on. The internal database was closed down on March 8th. And all the work went into making sure all the data was transferred and that it was very clear to everyone that there was only one place to report data, which is an Infinite Campus. So we have lots of work, and our internal auditors, Dean Dorton, actually have been monitoring the process to make sure that we are implementing it.
And you had talked to about the trainings that have gone on about to personnel about the duty to report and also the proper use of seclusion and restraints and safe crisis management trained personnel in schools.
There has been a lot of training and there have been clear expectations set, and everyone might remember that we took a whole different departments and put them under one umbrella, which is Dr. Katie Zeitz in Area 5. The intervention and support system, behavior support system, all falls in one area. So we wanted to ensure, and that was done last spring, we wanted to make sure that everyone gets a consistent message, that there aren't competing messages. So that was important as well. So those are two huge steps that were done that really aren't reflected in the letter that we got.
So we received a couple of questions about this from our employees that I wanted to ask you. And the first one is, do we know when KDE will be here and when that audit will take place?
We do not know that. Actually, the letter says that there will be an audit team that has urban experience that will come in and spend 10 to 14 days with us. But we don't know when that will happen. And we also knew, and I sent an email to all staff members to make sure that you retain all documents. And we will, of course, cooperate fully with KDE and the team.
And another question that employees submitted is, what should an employee do if he or she is contacted by KDE to request to speak with an employee?
They should cooperate. Let me say that first. Absolutely. When an audit is done, just like when we had other audits done, and we've had several audits done, auditors can expect our full cooperation, always. So, and of course, we will probably set up a schedule of who they want to talk to. But again, an auditor really can talk to anybody, and I expect everyone will cooperate.
The final question we have from employees is, Dr. Hargens, what do you think the end result of the audit will be? There are obviously several different options the state could take, and I know it's too soon to address that, but what do you hope the district gains out of going through this process?
Well, the letter states that this is really a look at our systems and processes and which ones are, where's their opportunity for improvement. So that's really what it looks at. And then what we can expect is that we will find areas where we can improve on. The letter says that we'll certainly have areas where there are best practices and things are going exactly as they should. So what we can do is expect that certain areas will be identified. The statute says that after a full management audit, the two tracks are you can have state assistance or you can have state management, but you can also have nothing, right? You can have just suggestions for improvement.
Okay. And I'm sure we'll be communicating throughout this process with employees to let everyone know what's going on and to be transparent and to make sure everyone stays informed.
Absolutely. We wanted to make sure everyone had the letter, sent a follow-up email to make sure that everybody knows that the expectation is to cooperate. So what we intend to do is send emails to all employees to know where we are every step of the process.
And you mentioned that this is a system of learning, that we're all about learning here at JCPS. You have a chance to talk with employees today. What do you want employees to know about this process and how you expect our employees to cooperate just as they've done in the past?
Well, I have the opportunity to visit schools and visit departments and talk with teams. So I have a firsthand look at the hard work that's going on and the commitment to serving our students. So I really think that a team of people coming in gives us a wonderful opportunity to showcase the work that's going on and showcase also that we have a mindset, a growth mindset. That's talked about in Vision 2020, that it's about learning, it's about growth, it's about improvement. So we have the opportunity to demonstrate everything that we're doing, but also that we value feedback.
And you said at the end of the day, this is all about kids.
This is all about kids. If there is a way that we can serve our students better, if there's a way that we can improve a process that results in our students benefiting, then absolutely we're for it and we'll do it.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Hargens, and thank you to all of our employees who submitted questions via the Fast Five. So be on the lookout. We do these conversations quarterly with Dr. Hargens. And Dr. Hargens, we appreciate your time and look forward to continued questions from our employees.